We should be live. We should be live. Just a quick random stream. Spare of a moment kind of thing. I've not got work tomorrow, so I thought, why not do a little live stream? What's not to like? What's not to like? Working on a few things tomorrow, but I've got tonight free, so why not do a live stream? Why the fuck not? But yeah, interesting weekend of boxing just gone. A few fights that were noteworthy. I really enjoyed Kerman Leharaga versus Dylan Charat. That was a good fight. Tony Yoka was in action. The Oscar Valdez robbery. Evander Holyfield. Like it was a strange weekend of boxing. There's no doubt about it. But I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed some of it. Big up to Felipe in the house. Every single time. Felipe's always here, man. So big up to Felipe. It's much appreciated. It really is, man. Big up to yourself. Big up. But yeah, to be honest, there's not too much coming up this weekend. But the weekend after, we have Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. So that's going to be a great fight on the 25th of September. But we have to wait for it. We have to wait for it, unfortunately. But, you know, should be heating up. Should be heating up. I can't wait for that fight now. I'm getting into it. Usyk and Joshua. That's going to be an interesting fight. I'm still undecided on who to pick. That's why I've not made my prediction video. But looking forward to it. Yes, big up to Jay's Boxing Universe. He says, how you doing, Del? Perfect timing. Heading off to get some road work in. Wish me luck. It's been so long since I ran. I know the feeling, man. I'm one of those guys. I run for a few weeks, then I'll leave it for a few weeks. Then, yeah, I'm back to square one. So the key is really consistency with that sort of thing. The key is consistency. And that's something I've not got. But yeah, hopefully it goes well, bro. And I'm doing very well. Well, I'm doing as well as I can do. Things are looking up. Big up to Matt as well, man. Thank you for the contribution, Matt. It's much appreciated, man. Nice to see you here. Hopefully things are going well with you. And yeah, man, big up to Matt. Matt's been a long time supporter of the channel, man. So big up to Matt. Been here a long while now. But yeah, big up to Matt every single time. Yeah, we've got nothing really till AJ Usyk. It's a shame. I thought we was getting Figueroa versus Neary. Oh, you mean Fulton? Yeah. Yeah. Figueroa got he got COVID. COVID. He got COVID. So the fight's been postponed. I heard late October. Whether that's the case or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a great fight as well. Figueroa versus Fulton. That would have been a great fight. I was picking Fulton to win, to be honest, Felipe. But yeah, it was a good fight nonetheless. Oh, Ricardo Mayorga, man. Ricardo Mayorga. The gangster from Nicaragua. Fun fighter, man. That's what boxing needs right now. A few of those sort of characters. Guys like Ricardo Mayorga. Man, can you imagine Ricardo Mayorga now? He'd have been cancelled. He would get cancelled so quickly. Ricardo Mayorga. They wouldn't stand for that guy in 2021. Can you imagine? This guy out here calling guys the F-bomb and smoking in press conferences. He'd get cancelled. Yes, big up to G-Man as well. Big up to G-Man. I saw your video today, G-Man. I forgot to comment, man, but really, really good video. I've not heard of that case, man. I've not heard of that case, so that was new to me. Big up to G-Man. Check out G-Man Boxing, obviously. Great channel. But also check out True Crime with G-Man. Really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. And also Nordic Warrior in the house. Another good channel. Another good channel, man. So big up to Nordic Warrior as well. Fury may fight Hayes. Sorry, Fury may fight Hayes his warm-up fight instead of bringing an unknown 20-0 fighter. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? I wouldn't put past anything. I wouldn't put past, anything from Tyson Fury or David Haye for that matter. So who knows? I doubt it will happen though. I think David Haye was just clout chasing, as the kids say. How are you feeling about Wilder versus Fury? If it actually happens, I've got a really funny feeling about Wilder pulling it off. Do you know what? I was kind of thinking the same thing. There's something about this fight that doesn't add up for me. I don't know what it is, but my spidey senses around this fight, I feel like there's going to be something completely off about this fight on fight night. Something's going to go, it's going to be controversial is what I'm trying to say. I've got a funny feeling. There's something about that fight that doesn't add up for me. I don't like the vibes from it. And yeah, like you say, I wouldn't even be surprised if it doesn't happen, to be honest, Matt. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't happen. Yeah, my Olga in today's PC world lasts as long as a sausage roll at Lucas Brown's house, exactly. Can you... I like Ricardo Mayorga, man. Listen, he was a foul-mouthed, obscene individual, but he always came to fight, Ricardo Mayorga. You know of any boxers who actually smoke a lot but weirdly have great cardio? No, not these days anyway. Apparently, Guillermo Rigondeaux smokes. That's what I've heard. Apparently, he smokes like a chimney, Rigondeaux. Yeah, I could see it being cancelled last minute. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Just my intuition tells me something's not quite right about that fight. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. Big up to E-Machine. Salute. Patrick Curtis as well. Brandy Love or Lisa Ann. I don't know who Brandy Love is, to tell you the truth, Patrick. Lisa Ann, from back in my my childhood days, was one of my go-tos. So yeah, I'll say Lisa Ann. Morning, Dell from New Zealand. Hope you are keeping well. Hope those fatties are keeping you warm. Even boxing squads out here getting involved in the meme. They're like clowning me. Look at him, man. Big up to Boxing Squad, though. Great channel. Covers for heavyweights from top to bottom. From Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, all of the way down to the likes of, I don't know, Stephen Shaw and the likes. Great channel. Excellent channel. Big up to Boxing Squad. Check him out. You all know who Boxing Squad is anyway, man. Great channel. Delboy, your other channel is Popping Geezer. Yeah, man, it's going well. It's going well. Surprisingly well. Got a few things planned that, well, it's not planned, but a couple of goals in mind, which is very unlikely, but if I pull it off, it'll be interesting. Put it that way. Any topic, very brave of you. What's up, Del? Big up. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Very good. I've heard that Froch smokes occasionally. I've heard that as well, actually. Yeah, Rigondeaux likes those big fat Cubans, I guess. Yeah, apparently that guy smokes like a chimney. That's what I've heard. Yeah, he's a great channel, man. Really good channel. And really good presentation. And just really good content in general. Winter is Dell's favourite season. Fuck's sake. I'm a summer man. I like summer. My favourite time of year, I would say, is like April till October. I don't mind October. I like the fall season, you know, Halloween and that. But once it goes past October, especially like January, February, March, to me, that's the most depressing time of year. Like just into the new year. That's always the most depressing time of year for me. I don't know why, but I hate winter. As I get older, I hate winter more and more. As a kid, it was all right because you might get a day off from like snow, whatever, but I hate winter now. I can't stand it. But yeah, unfortunately, nothing really on this weekend in terms of boxing. We got to wait for Joshua Usyk. I like winter. The summer heat makes me feel uncomfortable. So I just can't. I can't stick winter. I really can't. Hate those frosty mornings. You know, waking up early, the frost in the car, having to go to work on a cold morning. It's fucking horrible, man. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. But yeah, we're heading that way though. Winter's coming around. Have you seen that interview with the Antifa college teacher in the US? Crazy stuff, indoctrinating children. I'm not surprised, bro. That's the way of the world now at the end of the day. But I don't particularly look at that sort of situation with like the whole left wing, right wing paradigm, because ultimately they're all on the same team. They all have a similar goal in mind. They just go about it differently. I mean, look at like in America and even in the UK, like the Conservative Party and the Republican Party. Look at some of the things that the Republicans are now pushing, right? So, for example, Republicans in the States, they're pushing Bruce Jenner as like a candidate to represent Republicans, right? They're supposed to be against that sort of behavior, but they're not really. They play the same sort of identity politics as the left. It's not as abrasive. It's not as obvious per se, but they do the same thing as the left. They play the same game, and ultimately they're just as complicit as the left, as far as I'm concerned. You know, the last 18 months, if it's told me anything, if it's taught me anything, is just to don't view the world through the left-right paradigm. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. You're just going to waste energy on absolute bullshit, getting upset, getting wound up. It's not worth it, man. Drinking drugs continually ballooning up and down in weight over a decade, and generally treating his body like shit means the wheels could fall off of Tyson Fury at any time, especially at 33. Yeah, eventually that sort of lifestyle has to catch up with you eventually. I'm not sure how Tyson's been keeping up with his training since the second Wilder fight, but we'll see. Have you heard of a nutty putty cave incident? Never heard of it, bro. Never heard of it. Just watched the Matrix trailer. Looks like a load of bollocks, in my opinion. Do you know what? I wasn't a big fan of the Matrix anyway. Even the first one, it's just not for me. That's not my style of film. But Del, we have Jeremy. Oh fuck! I got a pop up here. Yeah, we have Jeremy Cole back. Yeah, to save us all. Exactly. That's another thing, man. I can't stand that guy. That guy is a complete scumbag. Jeremy Kyle, an absolute scumbag. Can't stand that dude, honestly. Big up to Get This Smoke as well. He says partisan politics is a waste of time. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. You just waste energy and time and effort just getting wound up by absolute nonsense. As I said, if the past 18 months have told me anything, none of these guys in mainstream politics have my best interests at heart. So what's the point wasting my time on them? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of The Matrix. Oh, you've got a video on Jeremy Kyle later tonight. Oh my God, Jeremy Kyle, man. I can't stand that dude. Yeah, nice to see you, man. I was wondering where you were. I've not seen you for ages. Get This Smoke. I've not seen you for ages. I saw you on Mark's channel a little while back, but I've not seen you for a while, man. So hopefully you're keeping well during these crazy times. Hopefully you're staying safe and prospering. That's all you can really do, isn't it? And that's been the best thing about the past 18 months, man. For me personally, I've seen this last 18 months as like the best education that we can possibly go through. It's been the greatest education of our lifetime. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, certain people are going to fail the test. Others are going to prosper, I guess. That's how I see it. I feel like I'm in a better place now than before COVID. I know who I can rely on, who's got my back and who doesn't. I've cut so many people out of my life. I've got a set goal now in mind in which I need to achieve, and I'm working towards that. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Well said. Less about the left-right paradigm, more about the politics. Shouldn't be in the classroom. There is a rule not to bring politics in the classroom. Something we need to be aware of. Exactly. This guy's an absolute scumbag, and he's back playing the victim, claiming he's there to be the voice of reason after he was cancelled. Laugh out loud. Yeah, exactly. That guy is just yeah. The less said about him, the better. Yes, big up to Bruce Goes as well. Salute to you, sir. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, Get This Smoke. Glad you're all good, man. I'm glad you're all good. Yep, it was a huge reality check, and it showed people's true colours. Yes, sir. It's a very good question. I'm not even political now, to tell you the truth. I'm not even political at all. All I can really do is do right by me, do right by those I love, and, maintain my core values. That's all I can really do. I'm not going to change the world. I'm not going to, it's pointless me wasting energy on getting upset by some political news story when I can be using that time to do something much better, making my own circumstances better, making those around me, raise them up as well. And that's one thing I've always been one of those people who've kind of wasted my energy on things that ultimately don't really matter. I thought they mattered, but they really didn't matter. And and the last 18 months have made me realize that, like, I viewed the world for a far too simplistic basis, I guess I would say. Just getting back in touch with my spiritual side, I guess. And that sounds corny as fuck. Like, I'd call myself, like, it's hard to explain. I'd call myself religious, but I'm not a part of, like, the traditional Abrahamic religions. That's all I'll really say. But I have a friend who doesn't believe in nonsense, but conforms anyway, wears masks, etc. Not sure how to deal with them. Listen, man, if they've done right by you, just stick with them. Let them do their own thing. But it's up to you, man. You got to follow your own intuition. Yeah, my school wouldn't leave politics out of a classroom. I remember when they made us watch Question Time and told us why the BNP are bad. No, I would pick Roger Gutierrez. I think he hits a bit too hard. I think he's a bit too big, but it's a good fight. Yep, Jeremy Kyle has always been a middle-class twat, shitting on working-class people going through rough times. Yeah, that's what he's really there for, in my opinion, is essentially to demonize the working class. It's always been that way in the UK in terms of, like, class structure. It's always been that way. And bear in mind, Jeremy Kyle's out here kind of... what his show was about. It's basically the UK Jerry Springer, when he was getting dysfunctional families on and basically showcasing them to the national audience. When you look at that guy's life, cheated on his wife, gambling addict, alcoholic. This guy his lifestyle's as problematic as anyone else's and worse than most people's. Yet this guy's on TV, like, just basically making a mockery of desperate people who are going through horrible times, Dell's a Hindu. Big up the official, by the way, and big up the duck. Interesting point. Yeah, some people are just completely domesticated. We'll see, man. We'll see. To me, that's you know my thoughts on that, Duck. You know my thoughts on that. Some people it's going to make me mad, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to follow my own advice. L-Dog's trying to bait me, man. Look at L-Dog. Found out my work manager is a sexual predator and is on probation. It is what it is. Jesus Christ. How's he got a job, Hidden Ape? How's he got a job? I would imagine it is to some degree, Alex Black. I would imagine it to some degree. Yeah, he bullied Steve the Bouncer on stage. What's the long-term plan for the second channel, mate? It's a good question. Really, for me personally, all I really want that channel to do is open doors to, like, crazy fucking adventures. I'd like to travel. I'd like to see certain things, to be honest. Like, a long-term goal would be to actually go to Mexico and maybe work with somebody else to see what's going on down there in terms of the cartels. That would be super interesting. I would love to interview, like, a cartel sicario. That's something I'd love to do. There's all sorts I want to do with it, but Again, I've not really set any goals in mind. I'm going to take it where it takes me, whether it's somewhere great or indifferent. I'm just enjoying like where it's going, really. I mean, at the end of the day, that's another thing. What's the point me setting goals if I'm not enjoying the present and enjoying the journey? I know it sounds super like cliche and fucking hippie-ish. I get that, but it's true. It is kind of true. Big up to Nosy Boy. Shout out Del Boy, just passing through, showing love, bruh. I'm on a night shift tonight. Peace out. Yes, big up to you, man. Big up to Nosy Boy. Oh shit! They're gonna get introduced in Holland. Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot of birds, man. There's a lot of birds. That's going to be the next thing. I'll be involved in a fucking. I'll be involved in a scandal. My nudes will get leaked or something when I'm sexting some fucking big titty Latina. Dear. I joined 2 weeks ago, and just before I joined, he hit on some woman, and they said they can't sack him because he's too high up or something. Okay. Exactly. I'm not really gonna take that with any certainty, JB Low. I'm not going to take that with any certainty. That was going to be the next Ross Kemp. See, that's genuinely, I'd love to do something like that. I would love it. But I've got no like journalistic skills. I've never been to university. I've never done anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's unrealistic, but a boy can dream, right? That sort of shit will be very interesting. Yeah, that's true, Duck. Yeah, a lot of girls love psycho stuff. I mean, look at like Ted Bundy when he was in prison, or you know when he was in jail, whatever. He was getting like bundles of like love letters and shit. People asking him to marry him. That guy had game though, Ted Bundy. You can't lie. That guy had serious game, Ted Bundy. Yeah, definitely, Doughboy. Definitely, that's a possibility. There's a few cases in Japan I'll definitely look at. There's a few cases in Japan I'll look at. Yeah, some people are just unremarkable and they love the rules as they feel following the rules, and virtue signaling gives them a little high. Yeah, exactly. Good question, Gary Taylor. Does every major A side boxer get a victory pass regarding close decisions? Just been looking into it, and I think so. Yeah, that's the thing, Gary. You made a good point there, because when these bad decisions in boxing happen, you know, the powers that be in boxing, whether it's the commentary team or the promoters, etc., they'll say, "Oh, it's down to interpretation. You know, sometimes judges can make mistakes, blah, blah, blah." We know the story when it comes to bad decisions, but if it was just down to incompetence and, you know, like differences of opinion, if that was really the case, then you would see B-side fighters get the rub of the green a lot more than you do. But when you see a pattern of A-side money fighters always getting the decision, getting the rub of the green, getting controversial decisions, that's when it makes you realize, yeah, it's not down to incompetence. There's something more there. It's obvious. It's just pattern recognition. But you're absolutely right. I took the vaccine, but if vaccine passports become a thing, then it's going to be very bad for the future. Exactly. Exactly. And I wouldn't judge anybody who's taken the vaccine. That's your own personal free will. But I don't think anybody else's should be intruded. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, we don't live in that world. Not seeing it, bro. I'm not seeing it, bro. I can imagine. Interesting how the mainstream would have you believe people with our thought processes around 18 months ago. Around in the last 18 months are heavily in the minority, yet most people around our age I know are awake to it. Yeah. Same with me, actually. A lot of my friend circle are in the same position. They see it the same way I do, or at least are very skeptical. Disturbed reality, get this smoke. Disturbed reality. Yeah, disturbed reality on the Logan Paul suicide Forrest recording. I'm all for it. Yeah, that could That could get me a fight with him and get paid silly money. Exactly, Duck. Vaccinated or unvaccinated, everybody should make a stand against medical apartheid because it opens the door to let the government control what goes in your body to allow you to participate in society. Very dangerous precedent. Exactly. Oh, big up to Unrivaled, man. Big up to Unrivaled. Nice to see you here, man. Yeah, that's another one when it comes to controversial decisions. Could have gone either way, but as you say, it always goes one way. Exactly, Fist of Tolkers. Yes, how the head of the British Boxing Board of Control explained the bad scoring on Barrett Martinez was insane. How every judge can basically score with whatever process they like. Zelfa was barely the A side, but still he was the home fighter. Yeah, call out Evander Holyfield for shock value. Yeah, that is true, Alex. But what we're saying is those sort of incidents are very, very, very rare. Very rare. And to be honest, those fights could have genuinely gone to like Jamie McDonnell. They were genuinely close fights. Could have gone either way from what I remember anyway. Exactly, Doug. 9 times out of 10, it's corruption. I'm sure sometimes incompetence does happen when it comes to judging. I'm sure, but like, you just got to look at the patterns, really, haven't you? If you believe it's incompetence, then, like I said, it's going to go both ways, but it doesn't really. Not to the scale in which it should do. But there you go. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Checking my emails quickly, 1 second. Interesting. I'm Campbell Hatton's biggest hater. I'm not a big fan of him either, the laughing egg, so you might have competition there. Yeah, I saw that interview, Nordic. I saw that interview. It's what when you look at that interview, it's what he wasn't saying more so than what he was saying. I still can't believe Valdez versus Comenciao might be the most blatantly rigged event I've ever seen as a boxing fan. It was bad, yeah. I had 8 rounds to 4 for Brazilian. Yeah. There's a lot of people though who are like open to that sort of thing and actually would like it to happen. Like G-Man was saying earlier, I think a lot of unremarkable people have really kind of thrived in this environment. And when I say unremarkable, I don't mean in regards to financial success or anything like that. Just how they are as an individual, how happy they are, how content they are. A lot of unhappy people are going to be loving this sort of environment because it gives their life a bit of purpose. It gives their life a bit of meaning. When they follow the rules and get a little pat on the back, get a gold star, that they're going to be loving it. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, that trailer card was a new level of degeneracy. Absolute ridiculous from the fights to the post-fight interviews. Don't know whether to laugh or cry. That's the way, that's where boxing is at in 2021. I don't blame these old guys for coming back. I don't blame the likes of Logan Paul and Jake Paul. The reality is, boxing as a sport hasn't really consistently delivered as a product for numerous years now. And it's become more and more fragmented as the years go on. More promoters, multiple sanctioning bodies, multiple weight classes, all this bullshit politics. More fights are not happening than are happening. So as a result, when the product is that bad, when the product is that diluted, and anything goes, when the product is that diluted. Exactly. There's no getting away from the fact that bad judging is also a theme with certain promoters. It's naive to think they're not in the back of pockets. Exactly, bro. And it's more than likely, I don't think it's as like clear as like a promoter going to a judge and saying, "Oh, here's an envelope, take it." I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like that. But judges are hired by promoters. When the judge scores the way a promoter wants, he's going to get more work. He's going to get looked after. He's going to get put up in the best hotel. Everything's going to be paid for. That's really what it's about. It's not about getting paid behind the scene like with a brown envelope. It's more so about just keeping their role and getting these fights. That's what I believe anyway. Oh, absolutely, Gary. Absolutely, yeah. He carried him. Absolutely. It was a work, Gary. It was an absolute work. Yet Holyfield proved men over 50 cannot take punches if the other guy comes to knock his head off. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I don't mind nightclubs, man. I've got to be in the right mood. I've got to be in the right mood. And you know what nightclubs are like in the UK? It's like shooting fish in a barrel when it comes to women. It's like shooting a fish in a barrel. Yes, big up the boxing source. Holyfield still looked younger than Luis Ortiz. Lovejoy versus Holyfield. Yep. Exactly. Fist of Tolkers. Exactly. Yep. Judges get wined and dined. Exactly. E-machines. And when they play their role, they're going to get more fights, and the paydays are going to keep on coming. You know. I mean, look at. I'm trying to think of like some good refs, like maybe someone like Steve Willis. He gets jobs, Steve Willis. But when have you seen Steve Willis get like a really big fight, like a mega fight? I've never seen Steve Willis in that sort of fight. Like to me, he's the best referee in America, Steve Willis. But he never really gets like the mega fights. Why is that? The same old faces get the big fights, who have continuously made silly mistakes and refed fights poorly, but these guys keep on getting the same, the big fights. I go back to Jeff Hines in the UK. Jeff Hines, who always he only really refereed like small domestic shows, but every single time that guy was on point. Exactly, Duck. Yep. Exactly. It's all about getting the next gig and being reliable for the promoters. Oh yeah, 100% Doughboy. 100%. That's why I don't understand that there's like incels in the UK and MGTOW guys. I mean, if you can't get laid in the UK, there's something seriously wrong. I'll be honest. There's something seriously wrong. Now the quality of woman is a completely different topic, but getting laid is easy. Yeah, I've got IPTV and had to give the last Triller event a miss. It's been garbage all around, and recently, but at least we got AJ Usyk and Fury Wilder not long apart. Exactly. I think Marco would win. Yeah, we hate Nazis, and in the same breath, show me your papers. Yeah, very good point. Especially in the UK, there's all these judges and referees in the UK, and it's usually the same 5 or 6. Exactly. Where's the new guys coming up? The fresh faces or lesser-known referees? I've still not seen that fight, Alex. I need to see it. I heard it was good, though. Dell's a jazz bar type guy, slow dancing with fatties. Oh, dear. Yeah, Richie Davis was actually good. Yeah, I just don't get incels. If I can get a woman, anyone can. Oh, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the worst thing about those dudes is how they'll try and portray themselves as masculine when they're basically admitting they've given up from society. They've given up in the dating game. What's masculine about giving up and not improving yourself? You're a fucking pussy. Honestly, you're a fucking pussy. Hey versus Lovejoy as an eliminator to face Dave Allen for the Fight Zone belt. It's what the country needs. Yeah, should judges be paid a little more than be mandated to publicly explain how they got to those ludicrous decisions? Just a thought. Yeah, that's one thing I do want to see. I want to see more accountability for judges, like maybe interviews and things like that after fights, like explaining to why they got to a certain decision, or at least a press release. Let's say, for example, a judge makes a really bad decision. I wouldn't mind seeing a round by round report explaining how he scored each round to a certain fighter, kind of thing. Yep, UK referees are definitely trained to stop fights too early. Indeed, E-Machines, indeed. I've got to say, David Haye will be a nice tune-up for Tyson Fury after Deontay Wilder knocks him out cold. I see a lot of people picking Deontay Wilder in that third fight. Me personally, I couldn't care who wins. I really couldn't give a fuck less. Like, a part of me really wants Tyson Fury to lose and Anthony Joshua to lose just for the lols. Be hilarious. Be absolutely hilarious. Yeah, David Haye still has nightmares of Tony Bellew. Yep. I'm still mad about those fucking fights, man. I used to be a massive David Haye fucking fanboy as a kid, like one of my favorite fighters. And obviously, when I grew up and got older, I realized that David Haye was a bit of a salesman, a bit of a con man, to be honest. But still, I've still got nostalgia when it comes to David Haye, because he's one of the guys why I like boxing so much. He's one of the reasons why I got into it so much. So I'll always like David Haye, no matter what. I'll always like David Haye. I like his what I like about David Haye is like the brazenness of how he like tries to sell himself. To me, it's like hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Imagine having that sort of self-confidence. I liked David Haye though. I'm not ashamed to admit it. An actual all right fight for Haye right now would be David Price. Sign me up. Sign me up. Big up to Gerard. Salute to Gerard every single time. Robin Krasniki rematching Dominic Bozell on October the 9th. I think Bozell wins this time around. I'm not picking Wilder's bum ass laugh out loud. Seeing him throw those body shots reminded me again how he's such a horrible fighter. He's a horrible fighter. Yes, disturbed reality. That's for one. That's for one. The problem with interviewing referees and judges is that it would require impartial boxing media. I can't see bent legs asking Ian John Lewis why he scored the home fighter winning by 17 rounds. Yeah, that's the thing as well. The quality of journalism and interviewees in boxing is atrocious. That's the only reason they're in boxing, because they're so bad. They couldn't make it anywhere else. David Haye got me into boxing again post Mike Tyson. Yeah, Haye was always fun to follow. He certainly made a huge impact on the sport. Yeah, I met David Haye once outside of boxing, and like this it wasn't at like a boxing event or anything like that, but you know, just out and about, and he was genuinely proper sound. Like, he gave me probably 5-10 minutes of his time just talking, and he was sound, like no cameras or anything. He was really, really sound. So I think that a lot of David Haye is definitely an act, but he seemed fine by me. He seemed all right. Yeah, public health by clowns that eat like garbage, smoke and use and take chemicals every day and so on. Yeah, man, exactly. Again, my whole thing is just, you know, let someone have their free will. Yeah, Hayes' staged fight with a billionaire was cringy as fuck. It was, man. I found it kind of funny, though. I'm not going to lie. I kind of found it funny. Yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah, it was nice to see Tito Ortiz flatlined by Anderson Silva. Yeah, that was a nasty knockout. That was a nasty knockout. I think if Anderson Silva actually took up boxing like when he was like 15, 16, he would have actually done something in boxing. He would have actually done something. Because he was like extremely athletic in his prime, Anderson Silva. He's one of those guys who could probably take his hand to most things in terms of sport. kind of like Lomachenko in that sense. You know, Lomachenko, he's a guy who could probably do a lot of sports because of his coordination, his athletic ability, his everything about, like, he's one of those guys, just one of those special breeds. I think Anderson Silva's the same sort of thing. If he was young enough, he could have really turned his hand to anything. I want Deontay Wilder to absolutely destroy Fury, but it's hard to favour him. Exactly. Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious. It wasn't even a proper bench press, Doughboy. Like, he got help, and his technique was horrible. I know nothing about fucking lifting, and I could see his technique was horrible. Nearly there, man. Nearly there. Nearly there. 20 videos as well, only 20 videos, so it's going well. Yeah, Theory will probably never fight Usyk or Joshua, I'm afraid. Yep. You can't count on Tyson Fury. It's amazing to me how, like, so many people, like, take Tyson Fury's word as gospel and use him as, like, an example on how to live their life, use him as a great role model. I just don't see it. Same with Deontay Wilder. I don't get how these guys have so many like, fanboys, like sycophants. I don't get it. Again, to me, that fight's like the battle of the false prophets, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Like, they appeal to the lowest common denominator, both guys. Is boxing social also biased? Yeah, to an extent. Not as bad as, like, IFL machines, but I've heard Rob Tebbett ask a few hard questions to, like, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn. So to me, they're better than IFL, but I don't really listen to them. Yeah, unfortunately, he had too many injuries and was finished already in 2013. Exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree, recognise, yeah. If Fury's on the job, he'll fucking smoke him again. And it could be a lot worse this time around. I've got a funny feeling Wilder's just going to go in there and just swing for the fucking fences, like go full retard mode and hope something lands. And if it doesn't, he's going to be fucked after 2 rounds. Because that's what his pad work kind of gives me the impression of. He's just going to go in there and swing, try and mix it from body to head, try and do something a bit different. But he's more than likely it's not going to work. Now, there's certain sports he could participate in, like things like soccer, for example, even like MMA, things like that. Yeah, AJ has sycophants, but to me, that I don't see as many of them on social media. His sycophants are really fucking bad, but I just don't think there's as many as, like, Fury and Wilder. I don't think there's as many, to be honest with you. Not from my experience anyway. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. Yeah, Vladimir broke Hayes' toe. Poor guy. No, unless Teofimo is, like, completely dead at the weight, I can't see it, Gary. I can't see it. I really can't see it. That's the only real hope I think Kambosos has, is if Teo's dead at the weight. Kambosos isn't really a hard puncher. He is a bit aggressive. He's somewhat awkward, but not a puncher. Kind of easy to hit. I think he'll get knocked out, to be honest, quite early. 4 or 5 rounds. Michelle Joy Phelps looks like she's had plastic surgery. She wouldn't get it. I'd still give it a go, BG London. I was actually maybe going to pick Wilder in the trilogy, but once I heard Malik Scott say that Wilder will be like 240, yeah, that's it for Wilder. Fury by stoppage. And how much did Wilder weigh in the second fight? About 220 or 220? It's in the 220s. I know that. Yeah, the Fury and Wilder fanboys are just bizarre. There's these fully grown men shilling for a celebrity that doesn't know they exist day and night on Twitter for hours a day at a time. Suspect behavior. I totally agree. And it's not just Fury and Wilder, but to me, those fan bases are, like, the most obnoxious. Yeah, a double KO would be nice, but if I have to choose, then I pick Fury to destroy the bronze bummer and retire him. I just want to see carnage, man. I could give a fuck less, honestly. What do you make of Teofimo the Clown saying he's not willing to rematch Lomachenko? I mean, I would ask him, what's the alternative after what's his face, Cambosos? Who else are you going to fight? If you're going to stick at 135, then it's only Lomachenko, because you're not going to fight Devin Haney. You're not going to fight Ryan Garcia. You're not going to fight Tank Davis. Those fights are not going to happen. So if he sticks at 135 and doesn't fight Lomachenko, it's a duck. I think Teofimo, his goal is to basically wait till Josh Taylor fights Catterall, then vacates, then moves up. That's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for Josh Taylor to vacate at 140. Then he'll move up and try and win a vacant title. It's obviously his game plan. It's obvious. But yeah, it's bullshit. Okay, he weighed in at 231. Okay, bit more than I thought. Yeah. I think him coming lighter would be better, coming in lighter. But there you go. Teo's a bum and should retire. I wouldn't go that far, but he's acting like a diva right now. He's acting like a diva. Yeah, Michelle Joy Phelps always mentions in a Del Boy stream. Not by me, man. Not by me. It's by you guys. It's by you guys, man. I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was in the 220s, but there you go. You guys are saying 230s. I'm not saying anything about Fury and Wilder. May the best man win. Nah, BG, I know you're gunning for Deontay. I know you're gunning for Deontay. If Teofimo fights Devin Haney or Josh Taylor for undisputed, I don't have an issue with no Lomachenko rematch. No rematch clause, rules are rules. Yeah, that's true. That is true, intangible. But like, that's the thing though. It's the alternative. It's the alternative. If he fights a fight next that is less than the Lomachenko rematch or not as good, in my opinion, I'll criticize it. But if not, then fair enough. If he fights Devin Haney, no problem. If he fights Josh Taylor, no problem. Ryan Garcia, no problem. But if he fights fucking Emmanuel Tegoe, yeah, there's a problem. Do you know what I mean? Adelaide Bird won't be able to hear this because she's on a plane hooked up on a heroin drip, and a bag full of money was one of the funniest YouTube boxing clips I've heard on dodgy scoring. Yeah, the third match shouldn't happen, win or lose. It's going to get nuts, yeah. Yeah, Arum and Top Rank wanted to make it. The fans wanted to see it. Even his father said he would need to convince his son to take it. It's personal. It's his personal decision. A duck 100%. Yeah, exactly. Indeed. Wilder is 6'7", so 230, 240 is fine for him. He just can't let Fury back him up like in their last fight. Yeah, but it's peculiar how like Wilder can like shift weight so quickly and put weight on so quickly. Like he was 207 against was it Ortiz in the second fight maybe? Like he was like 207, 209 in a relatively recent fight. Yet here we are a couple of years later at 240. And this guy doesn't have an ounce of fat on him, Deontay Wilder. That guy's juiced to the gills. I don't care what anybody says. Juiced to the gills, Deontay. Is Jack Catterall a live underdog? I'm putting 50 quid on the decision win for Jack Catterall. I would say no. Jack Catterall is a crafty boxer out of a southpaw stance. He's like a good, solid European level fighter, but he doesn't really have a pop, in my opinion, to keep Josh Taylor honest. Even if like Jack Catterall wins a boxing match early on, Josh Taylor's just going to mix it up and pressure him and bully him. I don't think Jack Catterall can win that fight. Yeah, that's what I think, Colin, as well. That's what I think. Exactly. It's obvious, Duck. It's so obvious. Tio Fifi will lick Uncle Bob's COVID-laced toilet seat to avoid a Lomachenko rematch. Yep, damn right, no shit talk, Vo. Listen, if he wins, man, talk that shit. Every good fight is being called off at the moment. This fucking sport, man, just clown shows every other week. That's all it feels like right now, Stefan. That's what it feels like right now. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like Stephen Fulton Figueroa, that I was gutted about that fight falling through. That was an amazing fight. Not, for us hardcores anyway, that was a great fight. Joshua Fury falling through. You know, so many fights have fallen through recently. Yeah, fancy Taylor a lot, but Jack Catterall is a very good fighter. Yeah, Jack Catterall isn't as bad as some people make out. He's a good European level guy. He's well schooled, does the basics well, nice technique. He's not a bad fighter. Yeah, Wilder's all natural. My ass. Big up Del Boy, what it do? Rest in peace to the real deal Holyfield. What an absolute legend. Yeah, he got smoked. Smoked like a bag of weed. He was 219 in the second Ortiz fight. Yeah, and that wasn't that long ago. I swear, in one fight he was like 207. Let's have a look on BoxRec. He was mad light in one fight, like mad light. And that was obviously with like, you know, clothing and shit. Maybe not. No, 212 was the fight I was confused about. It was the first Fury fight. He was 212, like fully clothed and wearing a mask. And as we know, those masks weigh a lot. And in the first Fury fight, he was 212. And less than 2 years later, like 5 months later, against Dominic Breazeale, he was 223 pounds and 1/4. From 212 to 223 pounds in like 5 months. It's crazy. And he didn't look fat in that fight, so you do the math. Yeah, you see the judge apologise for his Valdez scorecard and then said he watched it on TV and still had Valdez winning, laughing my ass off. What a clown, yep. It's silly, isn't it? He might as well not come out and said anything. Yeah, it's a joke, Iceman. It's an absolute joke. But again, I'll give him the benefit of a doubt. Like if he turned around and said, I'm fighting Taylor next, fair enough. No problem. Or even Devin Haney, even Ryan Garcia, because I like those fights. But if it's something I'm not interested in, then he's going to get flamed. You know who he is, man. You know who he is. You know who he is. He's a juicer. Yeah, Wilder's natural build isn't much more than 220 in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Valdez would make sense. If he can't get Teofimo going down to fight Valdez, that would make sense. And then there's the Stevenson Jamel Herring winner as well. Yes, big up to Justin Trouble in the house. And Big Boys Boxing. Wilder's a natural cruiserweight, let's be honest. Okole is bigger. I wouldn't say he's a natural cruiserweight, but he's a smaller, in terms of weight anyway. Wilder's not a big heavyweight in terms of weight. Like he's naturally like a slim dude, Deontay Wilder. Oh, Yuniesky Gonzalez is back. I remember him. Yes, Apology Man in the house as well. Big up to Apology. F.A. Ajagba's going to get KO'd. He's got a hardcore fan base, but I don't understand the hype. I see Sanchez cleaning him out. I think Sanchez wins on points. I think he outboxes him. FA's like, you know, FA's got a range-finding, pouring jab and a big right hand. That's basically it. Whereas Frank Sanchez can box and move. He's got a nice jab. You know, he's got a good amateur background. I think Frank Sanchez should win that fight. Every round he doesn't get hurt or doesn't get dropped, I think he wins that round. It's gonna be one of those sort of fights. He just needs to avoid that big right hand. Easier said than done, I guess, but if he does, I think he wins. Frank Sanchez punches like a Cuban grandma. Yeah, he's not the biggest puncher. But having said that, F.A. Ajagba got hurt by Iago Kaladze. That's what I'm saying. I think Wilder's better being lighter. I think he's better being lighter. That's when I think he looks his best as well, when he's maybe like 215, 216, something like that. John Gonzalez in the house. Big up to John Gonzalez. Yeah, Joshua's got a poor gas tank because he's far heavier than his natural 225 pounds. Yeah, you can tell a lot of that weight is artificial on Anthony Joshua. A lot of that muscle's artificial. Look at him in the amateurs. Yeah, in my opinion, Wilder's weight always sounded suspect to me. He's 6'6", 6'7", chicken legs, but his upper body is big. Yeah, he's built weird, Deontay Wilder. Apology, man. Yeah, agreed that Sanchez beats Ajagba. He'll probably be hitting harder than Wilder on fight night coming out of a Reynoso gym. Hope FA wins though. He's limited and flawed, but makes for entertaining fights. Yeah, yeah, exactly. LR. Really, most of these, if these fighters are making silly money, these guys are on PEDs, man. Just certain guys have more leeway than others, and certain guys, have certain privileges. That's really it. Like certain, we know the guys we're talking about. Yeah. Big Boys Boxing. I'm not really interested in who wins between Fury and Wilder, but I'm super hyped. Sorry, about the entire heavyweight card. Yeah, it's good. It's a good card. Big up to that guy as well. Salute to you, sir. Yeah, Fury and Wilder can't even carry Usyk's jockstrap. Yep, Tyson Fury. Oh, why would I fight Usyk? He can't even speak English. That's what he said. Same with Dillian White as well. The Can Man. He can. That's what they call him. The Can Man. He'll fight anybody. Can fight anybody, but not Usyk. He can't speak English. But a 40-year-old Povetkin who can't speak English, that's fine. An unknown Oscar Rivas can't speak English, but he'll fight him. There you go. All of these heavyweight fans, like not heavyweight fans, but fans in general, saying Usyk is too small. He's not. He's going to get smoked. Well, his contemporaries don't really seem to be believing that. I mean, Usyk, let's be honest, Usyk had to get a mandatory slot to get a shot. He wouldn't get a shot otherwise. These guys know Usyk as a serious threat. And Joshua knows that. Absolutely. I'm really, all I'm hoping for in Joshua Usyk is just a fair fight. No bullshit, no controversial stoppage, no judging errors. All I want to see is a good, competitive, and fair fight. That's all I'm looking for. And the best man's going to win, whoever that may be. It's going to be an interesting one. It really is. It really is. The only thing I will say, conspiracy theory and curveball, with that fight, obviously, naturally, I think all of us are expecting Anthony Joshua to get the A-side privilege, and I still believe that. However, it is worth noting potentially this could be Anthony Joshua's last fight on Sky. They're obviously the broadcaster in the UK, and they're going to be paying the majority of the money. Because it's Joshua's last fight, could they get involved? If they know Joshua's leaving, would they be willing to stir the pot maybe and have some influence in Usyk's favour? Similar to like when Manny Pacquiao was leaving Top Rank with Jeff Horn. We all know that was a setup, blatant setup. Could they do something similar here? It's worth thinking about. It's probably 99% unlikely, but it's worth thinking about. I hope Ajagba KO Sanchez and moves on for bigger fights because he's way more exciting over old head Frankie. Yeah, Frankie, man. Frankie's had a hard paper round, recognise. If that guy's 28, I'm a fucking Dutchman. He's not 28 years old. Apparently he's 1 year older than me. Okay. Rooting for Wilder. Hope he stops the double talk of Fury. Wilder's been holding it down for the USA for a decade. Man's a sicko. Give him his props. Nah. I don't think Wilder or Fury have represented the heavyweight division all that well, to be honest. I think Hughie Fury could beat Fat Andy, to be honest. I don't think so. Andy's got slow feet, so you never know, but Hughie is just far too passive. No, he's not. He's not. I can't fucking speak. Hidden ape. Yeah, I've smoked earlier, so I'm a little bit got cotton mouth, so it's a bit fucking awkward. Does Conor Benn beat any of the division's top 15 at this stage of his career? No, not yet, Gary. Not yet. I would say if I was managing Conor Benn, maybe Florian Marku next, then Michael McKinson, and then David Avanesian. I would say David Avanesian's just about top 15, but he needs a couple of fights. I saw that, Stefan. Yeah, I saw that. Very interesting. Yeah, tea and steak. Tea and steak. Not gin and juice. Tea and steak. Yeah, his right hand is horrible, Duck. One of the worst right hands you'll see. White struggles to speak English himself. No, amateur AJ doesn't beat amateur Usyk. No way. No way in hell. That's really all I think is going to happen, JB Low. I think this time around, I think you'll see Wilder just really swing for the fences and go for it. What will be kind of thing. I think he's going to chance his arm early on. He's going to show his hand really early on. And I hope that happens because I think it will make it exciting, but more than likely that won't work. More than likely that won't work. Keep the change, you filthy animal. I like that name. Yeah, Pianetta fought Klitschko, and most people don't know that. Yeah, he got fucked up as well. He got fucked up, knocked out. Yeah, Tishchenko boxed pretty well. You said Colin said Tishchenko looked pretty good in spots and broke his hand, but a Swarmer absolutely pings him with an overhand right. I fucking hate that front lean for such a tall guy with low hands. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Alexei Papin next in Russia. That'd be a good fight. Huey Fury would shit the bed again. BG London's going Usyk. Hoping for a fair fight in boxing is like hoping Margot Robbie knocks on your front door naked. Never gonna happen. Speak for yourself, Stefan, man. Don't ruin my dreams. Moving into a new flat on October the 9th. Got to get everything moved, built and ready to do an all-nighter for both cards. Then starting a new job on the Monday. It's going to be rough. Yeah, man, it will be rough, but it's exciting, bro. A new chapter and all that. Like when I changed my environment back in like February. I changed apartment kind of thing, moved to a quieter area. And it's been good, man. It's been good. It's been good. It's been very good, in fact. It's because their passports are wrong, XMB. Their birth certificates are wrong. Yeah, Usyk is the only real man in the heavyweight division nowadays. It seems like that. Parker rematch, Ian, I would say. Joseph Parker rematch. That's really the only fight I can see happening, to be honest. Yeah, there wouldn't be a rematch clause if it's 100% rigged for AJ to win. Despite with Fury and Wilder being busy, they wouldn't mind Usyk winning and then making the rematch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with Danilito Zorilla. I'm not familiar with him. I remember Yuniesky Gonzalez getting robbed against Jean Pascal way back in the day. That was a horrible robbery. Speaking of robberies, homebrew vodka and the neighbour's chicken in the pot. Living life, man. What are the similarities and differences between Tank Davis and Deontay Wilder? Do you see Davis ending up like Wilder when he loses to somebody of a higher level? I think Tank is much more naturally talented than Deontay Wilder. I've always kind of maintained that if Tank Davis had a better mindset, was more dedicated, and probably had a better trainer, I think Tank Davis could go a long, long way. The guy's got a lot of great raw attributes as a fighter. He's nice and compact. He's got a good center of gravity, hits extremely hard, good timing as well, great reactions. He's got a lot going for him. But Tank, in my opinion, it's just his mindset, it's his focus, it's his discipline. You know, that's going to be his undoing at the end of the day. I mean, he basically ate his way out of 130. Looks like he's doing the same at 135. So, yeah, I think more than likely he'll end up the same way when he fights that sort of guy. Yeah, McKinson isn't a good fight for Ben commercially. I just don't see how Ben looks good in that fight, even if he wins. And with the marketing designer pumping into him, I don't see them taking it. You're probably right, Stefan. You're probably right. But I think, again, it may not be the prettiest fight, but I think it's a fight he needs. I think it's a great fight to learn from. Because let's say he wins an ugly fight. Yeah, like you say, in terms of marketability, it's not good for him. But in terms of development, it absolutely is. It's one of those things. And that's the age we live in now. I think certain fighters, they're missing out on certain fights because of that. You know, promoters wanting to always have them look good and look destructive. But you see in numerous cases, a lot of these guys, when they step up, are just not ready, kind of thing. I think that's a good fight, though, Colin. I think it's a good fight. Yeah, Usyk and Porter fought each other when they were teenagers, and Porter beat him as well. But yeah, Porter was a good amateur. Porter was a good amateur. Like, unlike a lot of the American amateurs, Porter actually fought, like, worldwide. He fought, like, internationally as well. Because a lot of American amateurs, if they don't make the Olympics, just stay in America, kind of thing. But Porter was a very good amateur. XMB 45. I hope Belfort gets another boxing fight to get Brock up, bragging about knocking out a 60-year-old and acting pretty big bollocks. Yeah, well, he might fight fucking Jake Paul next. Do you think Richard Comey can become a champion again? I'm still a big supporter of the kid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, potentially, because I don't think it's going to be long till Teofimo moves up, and when that does happen, there's going to be a lot of vacant titles. So, given the right fight gets ordered, yeah, I could see it. I wouldn't bet on it, but I don't think it's an impossible kind of thing. It's possible. I have a weird leg injury and can't walk for some reason. Can't even stretch out my left leg. Pain in the ass. Probably pulled it, man. Do you think Wilder and his team might try and cheat somehow? I don't think Wilder's got the capability to cheat. He's just going to do what he does, just swing like a madman. And he'll cheat inadvertently by having such poor technique. Kind of thing. Yeah, Vodzik beat the piss out of Unieski. Yep, he did. You'd rather see Parker Joyce? So would I. Tank is more talented than almost anyone in boxing. Tank looked good physically at 140. Yeah, Tank, though, it's just Tank's mindset. It's his focus. I want to see a guy like Tank should be a lot more active than he is. You know? He should be a lot more active than he is. My problem with Tank Davis is that can you honestly say he's improved since the Pedraza fight back in like 2017? Has he really improved? Whenever he fought Pedraza, 2017, 2018, I honestly don't believe he's improved that much since then, if at all. That's my worry. I don't think he's had the right fights to really develop him as a fighter. Do you know what I mean? But time will tell at the end of the day. Time will tell. Oh, yeah, smash the thumbs up. Indeed. Yeah, smash the like. Smash the like. It always helps us out. Big up to James, by the way. Big up to Haitian Sensation. You heard that Tio's vacating after the Cambosos fight. I'm not surprised, Haitian Sensation. It's kind of what I'm expecting, to be honest. Oh yeah, what's incredible is that Porter moved down from 160 to 147 because he played American football. Yeah, that guy is a fucking soldier, Sean Porter. Sean Porter will fight anybody. Absolutely anybody. Guy's a fucking gangster. Like, he's one of those guys, though, Sean Porter. He's a nice, respectful guy, family man. Him and his dad are a great team, like, proper nice guy. And he fights anybody. But, like, so many boxing fans just slate Sean Porter. They slate him so much. Just, like, insult him and downplay him. Sean Porter's never been clearly beaten, as far as I'm concerned. I thought he beat Furman. The Spence fight was close. I thought Spence won, but it wasn't clear. Neither was the Kell Brook fight. Nobody's decisively beaten Sean Porter, in my opinion. He always comes to bring it. Sorry, you're never gonna get an easy fight with Sean Porter. Nope, no news at all. BG London. I've not heard anything. Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, no, Comey's looking like he's going to fight Lomachenko. Yeah, and yeah, I think Comey's going to get taken apart there. Yeah, the longevity of Porter, despite being such a long amateur and pro career with so many tough fights, shows how staying in shape helps you. Porter is still world level while Brook is shot to pieces. Exactly. Very good point, Matt. Very good point, because like you say, Porter had a much more extensive amateur career than Kell Brook did. And he had he's fought more world level fights than Kell Brook as well, but he's lasted a lot longer. It's because he takes care of himself. He takes care of himself. I've got no bad words to say about Sean Porter. Who do you think would be the cash cow at Bridgerweight? Do you know what? I've got no idea, to be honest. Nobody. Probably Alan Babbage, Gary. Believe it or not. Yeah, I could see that, Stefan. Yeah, signing to Sky Sports and Boxer. I can see that. I said this on Twitter the other day. To me, that's a must-have fight. Like a great domestic fight between Dillian Whyte and Joe Joyce. Given where Whyte is right now, I think that guy's chin is deteriorating fight by fight. I really do. And he's taken a lot of punishment. He's been knocked out brutally twice. Doesn't always keep himself in the best shape. I would probably lean towards Joe Joyce in a real competitive fight. But that'd be a great fight. See, I don't think so, Duck. I thought Kell Brook in that fight resorted to a lot of holding, a lot of clinching. I don't think he was that effective in that fight. I had it very close. And funnily enough, like Sky Sports at the time actually had it to Sean Porter, believe it or not. And I thought it was a very close fight. Very close fight. I thought Kell Brook won it, but like 7 rounds to 5 kind of thing. I thought it was very close from memory. I've not seen it for a long time, though. I do have to say that. See, Iceman says the same thing. Kell Brook won easy. I don't think so, man. I thought Kell was holding way too much. Calling Sean Porter a gangster but saying Wilder's on steroids isn't worthy of respect is blasphemy. Wilder is a goddamn heavyweight taking brutal punches. Porter's a weight bully welterweight. Man, Porter's a midget. Porter's a midget, man. Like Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Kell Brook, these were all bigger guys. Exactly, yeah. He gave Errol Spence hell. You're never going to hear me say a bad word about Sean Porter. See, I respectfully disagree, Iceman. I thought Kell Brook was doing his best Vladimir Klitschko impression, just holding for days. I don't like that, whether it's Kell Brook, Vladimir Klitschko, Andre Ward. I don't like that. I really don't. That holding shit. And it was excessive as well. I'm surprised he got away with it in America, all that holding. I'm really surprised. That is true, yeah. Kell Brook actually fought Golovkin. But again, I think that was such silly matchmaking, though, man. What are you playing, Brandon? FIFA. Okay, FIFA 21. Okay. See, I play Football Manager. That's what I play. Who has the European title right now? White turned down Joyce recently anyway. The European title's vacant, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Because Joe Joyce had it and he was stripped. You British chaps hate Wilder. It's funny to me as an American, yet support Sean Porter, the opposite public opinion in the USA. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate any fighter in boxing. I dislike certain fighters. Like I dislike Tyson Fury. I just don't think Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder represent the sport well at all. I really don't. And I think they're just. I don't think they're genuine people either. I'm a big Joshua fan, but I've got a weird feeling about the fight. It's going to be a long, hard night for Joshua. Yeah, if it goes deep, if that fight goes deep, I think it's going to be extremely interesting. Duck thinks Joyce stops Dillian White. I wouldn't be surprised if he grinds him down. It'll be a war, though. It'll be a competitive fight. It'll be a war. Yeah, White is too heavy. Not interested in belts, just dollars or pounds. Joyce stops White in 9-12. White is too heavy. His gas tank fades and is a bit chinny. That lazy jab too, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, Sean Porter's biggest fights, Kell Brook, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, I would say were all bigger than him. Especially Spence and Brook. They were bigger. Exactly, like Sean Porter, like he's fought everybody. Like everyone on the other side of the pond, they keep on saying that Terence Crawford's the boogeyman, yet here we are, Sean Porter going to fight him. Sean Porter fought Kell Brook. He fought Errol Spence. He fought Danny Garcia. He fought Devin Alexander. You may laugh at that, but people were picking Devin Alexander to beat him at the time. Devin was a favourite to win that fight. Like Sean Porter was always taking hard fights. He's basically fought everybody at welterweight apart from Manny Pacquiao. And he fought your Dennis Ugas as well. Like, this guy's fought everybody. Fought absolutely everybody. How many guys can you say that about it? Like, in boxing in general, how many fighters can you say truly fought all of the top, all of their top rivals in their division for the most part? You can't say that about many guys. You can say that about Sean Porter. Like, the only real name missing is what? Manny Pacquiao? That's really it. Like, he was never going to get a Floyd fight. Bradley retired. Like, he's basically fought everybody, Sean Porter. Yeah, I play Footy Manager now and again. That's my go-to. I play Football Manager. BG London, he's on the Hughie Fury bandwagon. That whack fight was entertaining. It was actually quite good. I had it 6-4, Stefan, to Sharat. Good fight, though. Really good fight. It's a great fight, Levi. If you can find a copy of it, give it a watch. Really good fight. Yeah, Matchroom would, Levi Khan. They absolutely would, and you're right, easy work. Exactly. That's the first thing I said in my post-fight interview. I felt that Wilder showed a lot of bottle in that fight, a lot of balls by not quitting, because a lot of fighters would have quit in that situation. But Wilder showed to me he's got heart in the ring. He's got courage in the ring, but courage doesn't just stay in the ring. It goes beyond the ring as well. Like, taking responsibility and owning up to your mistakes is also courageous, and Deontay Wilder never did that. And he looked for scapegoats, and I guess that's natural in a way. Like with like elite fighters, they're always going to look for a reason why they lost. But there's like, there's certain things you don't say. Yeah, Porter spars with Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, they sparred a lot. Exactly. What most fighters nowadays win one meaningful fight in their weight class and move up like they've cleaned out a division. And like I say, those sort of guys are going to get praised. Those guys are going to get mad praise. But someone like Sean Porter, who's lost a few fights, but he's fought everybody, that guy gets shit on. And these same boxing fans will then say, oh, why don't these guys fight each other? Why don't these guys fight the best? Well, Sean Porter has, and this guy gets fucking shat on. Do you know what I mean? It's like... Del, you keep setting my Alexa off, you smooth operator, laugh out loud. Yeah, it's definitely better on a PC, Brandon. Oh, someone said Dillian White might fight Marco Huck for the European title. Jesus. Dream fight at middleweight out of current fighters versus back in the day middleweights. Good question. I think, like, stylistically, I'd love to see Gennady Golovkin fight Carlos Monzon. I think that'll be a great one. Carlos Monzon versus Marvin Hagler would be another one. B-Hop Golovkin. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. Leharaga was on his way to making the Frenchman take a knee. Duck says it's a shame the ref in Wilder Fury 2 robbed us of a knockout. It was the corner, wasn't it? The corner threw in the towel. Yeah, Leharaga Eggington would be a fun fight. Stefan thinks Eggington wins. I think that's a 50-50. Like, there's no defense on show in that fight. Big up to yourself, Colin. Yeah, I think you're right. Huck versus Yoka, more realistic, yeah. I wouldn't mind Yoka versus White. I think that's a good fight. Yeah, last FIFA I had was 2003, I think, on PS1. I think the last one I had was like FIFA 2013, maybe. I'm not sure, BG London. I read somewhere he had a co-promotional deal with Top Rank, but I'm not sure about that. But he's based in France, so I guess a French promoter. Who knows? Yeah, Huck should retire, taking too much punishment over the years. I agree. Yeah, Devin Haney versus Maxie Hughes is the most DAZN main event ever. Yeah, exactly. A mismatch. It's like when Tevin Farmer fought James Tennyson, that sort of thing. Yeah, he's a waste man. Waste cadet. I've not heard that saying in ages. XMB. Yeah, Hagler Golovkin will be another one. You could stick Golovkin in with quite a few, and there'll be good scraps. Yeah, man, be great fights. See, Monzon is my favorite middleweight historically. I know most people are like kind of favor Hagler, but like historically, I like Carlos Monzon, that boxer puncher style, ramrod jab, aggressive dude. Yeah, granddad's for days with Dillian White. The can man, anybody over 40 can get it. That's true, actually. That is true. You don't really see that in America, though, Duck. You don't really see that in America. Castillejo versus Sergio Martinez in a fantasy fight would have been a big fight in Spain, since both of them are based in Spain. Yeah. And Castillejo beat Felix Sturm back in the day. But yeah, that would have been a good fight. I'd have probably taken Sergio Martinez, but I'd say Fulton on points. Crazy D3. Fulton on points. Good fight, though. Good fight. Like, Figueroa is quite big. He's quite relentless, so you never know. I stopped playing football on computer when Pro Evolution got shit. Oh, yeah, George Groves. Yeah, he's got a new fucking hairpiece, hasn't he? He's got that hair... What's it called? Hair replacement. Yeah, I think Yoka's been matched quite well, to be honest. He's been in with some serviceable heavyweights. Needs a step up next, though. Wouldn't be mad with Kawanaki, even someone like Kuzmin or Zili Zhang. Yeah, I was saying this the other day on Unrivaled Boxing Talk stream. We was talking about Tony Yoka, and the main gripe really with Tony Yoka is the inactivity. But in terms of 11 fights, he's been moved okay. Like Christian Hammer, good journey, like a good gatekeeper. Jonathan Rice, really good journeyman. Peter Milas, unbeaten prospect. Johan Duhapus. You know, he's fought some good guys for 11-0. Like, the matchmaking's not been too bad at all. It's just the inactivity, and that's happened for obvious reasons. But he should be a lot further ahead. I heard they're trying to get Audley Harrison out of retirement for White. I wouldn't be shocked if White versus Hay happens. Yeah, Hay Harrison, yeah. Yeah, Yoka versus David Price. I wouldn't be against it, Duck. I wouldn't be against it. Yeah, Froch's got a nose replacement. Grove's got a hair replacement. Exactly. I think Chisora would if they paid him enough. See, that would be a good fight for Tony Yoka. Derek Chisora. That would be ideal. That's the sort of fight I think he needs next. Somebody along that around that level, like Stefan was saying, like a Kawanaki type or Chisora. Yeah, they would be ideal for Tony Yoka. I think Tony Yoka has ability. He's got nice fundamentals, nice high guard, good straight punches, good hook to the body as well, nice distance control. Tony Yoka does the basics well. Plus, he's pretty athletic. But I just wonder about his chin. He got chinned a few times in the amateurs, and he always struggled. He always struggled when guys really got on top of him in the amateurs. So I'm waiting to see that in the professionals with Tony Yoka. But he's got skill. He does have good, solid fundamentals. Tony Yoka. I got David Price, Gary. I've got David Price. Yeah, Cheeseman versus Leharaga. That's a good fight. My mate paid $2,000 to have micropigmentation done. Actually, looks like real hair too. Jesus. I'm glad, Gerald. I've got a nice full head of hair. Like, balding doesn't run in my family, which is fortunate. But knowing my luck, I'll probably fucking get the bad luck. Babic gets knocked out versus Jonathan Rice. I think you might be right, James. I think you might be right. Yeah, he got stopped a few times in the amateurs, Matt. He got stopped a few times in the amateurs. I know that doesn't always necessarily mean you can't take a punch, but he always struggled with like when somebody really kind of put it on him. So that's what I worry about with Tony Yoka. But Tony Yoka's one of those guys. If I knew he had a good chin, like let's say that guy had like a Vitaly Klitschko chin, Tony Yoka would be a fucking problem. He'd be a fucking problem. If Tony Yoka had like a Vitaly chin, he'd be the best prospect in heavyweight boxing, without a doubt, in my opinion. Leharaga's coming for Tim Tszyu. Yeah, that was my boy. That was my boy Ricardo Mayorga. And I don't blame him either, man, because she had a nice rear. Obviously, I'd be consensual. Boxer should sign Price and stick him in with Huey. That would be a good fight. Huey beats him, but it'd be interesting early, yeah, and it'll be fun to watch as well. That's what Huey needs. Chisora's too rugged. Chisora's more durable. Yeah, that's the Virgil Hunter influence. Yoka improved his defense. Yeah, Yoka always had good fundamentals, though. Like from the amateurs, he always had pretty good fundamentals. Yeah, exactly. Year old Dar. Year old Dar, yeah. As long as Canal Plus keep paying him well, then Yoka will be more than happy just to plod along at a slow pace. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. They're going to stay in France and basically try and get a Mando spot. That's what they're going to try and do with Tony Yoka. If Liam Smith has if Liam Smith can fight at his best, I think Liam beats Fowler on points. But Smith's been through quite a few wars. That's a good fight. That is a good fight. Yeah, if Yoka has gears, he's going to be trouble. I think he's a good prospect, Tony Yoka. I think he's a good prospect. Yeah, imagine if Vladimir had Vitaly's chin. Yeah, that guy would probably be unbeatable. Not unbeatable, there's no such thing, but damn near. He'd be a hard man to beat, Vladimir. If he had a great chin, he'll be a hard man to beat. Yeah, the only gear Yoga has is PEDs. Very good. How do you think Canelo does against the super middleweight, super six of 2009 to 11? I think he loses to Ward. I think he struggles mightily with a prime Andre Durrell with the movement. I think he beats Froch. I think he beats Abraham. Who else was there? I think he beats that version of Kessler. I think he beats Glenn Johnson. I think he beats Jermaine Taylor. I think stylistically, Ward and Durrell are the hard ones for Canelo in that tournament. Vernon Forrest versus Fernando Vargas. Who wins? Vernon Forrest. I think he'll take advantage of Fernando Vargas's aggression with those long, straight punches. Fernando would try and, load up with those hooks, and I think Vernon will get there first and outscore him. Maybe even, who knows, maybe even stop him late. But I'd probably say Vernon Forrest on points. Yeah, the telltale signs with there are telltale signs with Yoka too. You can see sometimes by how low he's in the ring that he's conscious of being caught. Yeah, how he is in the ring. That he's conscious of being caught. Yeah, I don't think he's got faith in his chin. Hrgovic White, sign me up. Sign me up. Great fight. Yeah, exactly. It's because 168 is a weak division. Hrgovic is like Joyce, for better than they look aesthetically. Both will be difficult to beat. I agree, Stefan. I agree. And going by the amateurs, Filip Hrgovic does have a legitimate chin. Going by the amateurs. My only thing with Filip Hrgovic is that he doesn't look as dynamic as he did in the amateurs. Nordic saying in real fights he loses to all of them. In totally not fakes Canelo fights he beats them all very easily. Yeah, Cole Froch had a great chin. Say what you want about the man. Cole Froch had a great chin. Yeah, he did have a very good chin. I know Nordic's not the biggest Cole Froch fan in the world. I think it's safe to say. But yeah, Cole Froch had a great chin. Nothing like a bit of Canelo talk. Fuck, I've lost my tab. 1 second. Nearly fucking closed the wrong thing. Yeah. Joseph Parker's got the best chin in boxing, yeah. My man's out here like living the Breaking Bad life in a fucking meth dealership ring. Do you know what I mean? Like Joseph Parker's a bad man. It's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. This guy's out here in an international drug ring, allegedly. Yeah, he did have a very, very good chin. You sound American when you try and speak. Sorry, you sound funny when you try and speak American. Kessler had a better chin, though, in my opinion. He was never dropped until the Green fight when he almost retired, yeah. And Alan Green could punch as well. He could really punch, Alan Green, from what I remember. He could really punch. And that was a savage knockout as well in that fight when he knocked out Alan Green. That was a lovely knockout. I have no fucking time for Canelo whatsoever. Yeah, same. Gerard. The last time I got excited for a Canelo fight was Golovkin 1, the first Golovkin fight with Canelo. That's the last time I was truly excited for a Canelo fight. I mean, yeah, I'd see it again. I'd see it again. Yeah, exactly, James. That's what it seems like. I think they kind of just want to leave it alone and go a different route. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, that was savage. Yeah, when he was like laying into the ropes. Yeah, that was savage, and you could see the reaction of Curtis Stevens in the crowd as well. That was savage. He fucked him up. Yeah, his power was underrated. Yeah, good puncher, really good puncher. Wasn't particularly interested in Warrington Lara 2, let alone 3. Lara beats him. Warrington doesn't have the power to keep Lara off. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's just a bad style for Warrington. I think it's a really bad style. Could Floyd beat any of the top 19 to 11 ranked welterweights now looking at his past performance, at his last performance? No, I would say no, to be honest. Big up to Lamb Chop in the house. Big up to Lamb Chop every single time. You got a nice little nice little email I need to read in a bit. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Fucking hell, look at these cunts. Fucking hell, we'll see. Sitting there talking to himself like a lunatic. Lamb chop or lamb shank, what's better? Lamb shank, I would say. But I love lamb in general. I could eat lamb all day. I could eat lamb all day. This guy's a weirdo, man. Gerard says lamb chop. Interesting. Interesting. See, I've got lamb shank. That guy agrees, lamb shank. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Lamb objectively is the best meat as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely the best meat, lamb shank. Or just lamb in general, sorry. Lamb in general, fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dell's getting cartel emails, yeah. Oh yeah, I've made this video for you to cover. Yep, everyone's going shank. Ah, mate. Yeah, more than fucking one. Just short for Liam Lamb, Lamb Chop, Chopper, Chop, etc. I forgot that guy even existed, BG London. Probably for the better as well. Never liked Charlie Edwards. Not one of my favourites, to be honest. Nah, fucking cunt. What should Gabriel Lopez Jr. do after that loss on Friday? And by the way, he looks like Rolly, yeah. Yeah, he got fucking smoked, didn't he? Oh, to be honest with you, Brandon, I got no idea with Gabriel Lopez Jr. He's not a big puncher, so he needs a couple of soft touches, tone up on his skill set. He needs to be a boxer and mover, I would say. But he's got a lot of improving to do. Lamb burger over a beef burger, I can't disagree, but I do like a nice beef burger when it's proper, like a proper beef burger. A good quality beef burger is lovely. Cheese, onions, a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tomato. Lovely. Toasted buns as well, let's not forget. Beautiful. It depends on how this fucking Boxer deal goes, I guess. But probably, yeah. It's all about the money. It's all about if it makes business sense. And I would say probably, yeah. But who knows? That's what I think, Matt. That's what I think. I think a lot is going to hinge on this Joshua deal. If I was Joshua, I'd sign with Sky Sports. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what meat you have in that Reynoso gym, you're going to fail that test. Yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a beef burger. Exactly, Stefan. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if it makes sense money-wise, they'll jump back in bed in a heartbeat. But I do agree. I think there was more to that split than meets the eye, or it wasn't as amicable as they made out, at least. Beef burger and spaghetti hoops. I've never had it. Yeah, I'm not interested, bro. I'm not interested, BG London. Just not for me, man. Not for me. Oh, I would say Munguia, Ian Ward, Jaime Munguia. I think that fight makes sense for both. And it's good for the fans as well. That'd be a barn burner. I love chicken, especially grilled chicken. Yeah, I like chicken all around, man. You can cook it anyway. I love it. Fried, grilled, baked, whatever. I love chicken. I love chicken. Fucking love it. Just got to get it right with chicken. Just got to get it right. Like there's nothing worse with than overcooked chicken. You got to get it just right. Barbecue, BBB, blue cheese, basil, bacon, and barbecue sauce. I'm not a fan of blue cheese, Derek. I'm not a big fan. I can't lie. Yeah, Mexican beef over lamb any day. Yeah, I saw that, Gerard. Yeah, I agree. Probably will go to the zone. Nordic had battered chicken from the chip shop. I've not had anything from a chippy in ages. Absolutely ages. Probably the last takeaway I had was like in fucking May or June. Did you have a battered Mars bar? Man, oh man, oh man. Got some email from some fucking geezer for the second channel about a sponsorship. And he wants to know my fucking age, my gender, my location. Seems like a bit of a weirdo, if you ask me. Yeah, extra mature cheddar. I like that. I like red Leicester as well. Edam as well is not too bad. I like all that shit. I like the basic cheeses, not like the fancy shit. I like smoked cheese as well, though. I do like smoked cheese, but I don't like anything with like chives in it and blue cheese and all that shit. I like the basic cheeses, you know? Yeah, he wants my PIN number as well, probably, yeah. My inside leg measurement and God knows what else. He seems pretty legit, though. I searched his company up on LinkedIn, and it seems relatively legit, but who the fuck knows? Mature cheese is the worst you can use for melting purposes. It's just not meant for it. Yeah, that's not a sponsor. That's a stalker. If it's a stalker, I hope she's got big tits, big ass, and ideally Hispanic. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that. She can have my bank details. Yeah. If you go missing tomorrow, we're going to raise the alarm. Yeah, barbecue ribs, I can't argue. I do like ribs. Anything, I like any meat, though, to be honest. I don't think there's like a meat I don't like. I can't think of one. I basically like all seafood as well. Like if it's alive and you can fucking cook it and eat it, I'll eat it. I like all meat, all fish, all seafood. Love it all. Yeah, double Gloucester. I like double Gloucester. I can't argue with that. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But that was always the plan, though. That was always the plan. Introduce a lot of people on that low price on the low price range, and then bump it up once they had Matchroom on that platform in the UK. I think that was always the plan, but now they need to up their content. You could see that. You could say that, Sean O'Connell. You could say that. Have you had pigeon? Have I had pigeon? I don't think I have. I've had partridge. I've had pheasant. If you're talking about those sort of birds, I've had partridge, pheasant. What else have I had along those lines? I've had rabbit before. I've had hare as well. But yeah, I've not had pigeon, I don't think. Or have I had pigeon? No, I have had pigeon. I had a pigeon pie at a pub, and it was all right. Yeah, pause. Oh yeah, calamari, salt and pepper squid, beautiful, beautiful. No. Turkey's all right if you cook it just right, but yeah, turkey's a funny one. Turkey's a funny one. You got to get it just right. If you don't, you're fucked. And it's really hard, on if you're cooking a massive fucking turkey on Christmas, it's so fucking hard to get it right. Oh yeah, Crawford Porter, yeah, definitely. It's a great fight. Grouse, yeah. Duck is nice. Duck is very nice. I love duck. Love duck. Duck, gravy, mashed potatoes, some greens. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful. What would you do if you had a wife who was a vegan? Divorce her? I wouldn't get married to her, bro. Wouldn't get married to her. But if she turned into a vegan, it depends. I don't know. Nothing from the river or sea? Fuck that. Oh, you're missing out, man. You're missing out, Gerard. You're missing out. Yeah, MasterChef. Yes, sir. Get me on MasterChef. Duck spring rolls. Love it. Nah, bro. Yeah, if you like octopus, you'll love everything. Octopus is nice, though. It's got to be cooked right, because if you get it wrong, it's too rubbery. It's not nice. But if you get it right, it's fucking lovely, man. It's fucking lovely. Yeah, all the vegetarian viewers have clicked out. Listen, if you can kill it, you can eat it. That's my motto. Apart from humans, well, you can eat them, but I wouldn't eat them. Yeah, seafood is the best. I love seafood. A Haitian sensation. I love seafood. See, if I had to give up like meat, or seafood, I'd give up meat. To be honest, I love seafood, fish. All sorts of fish, fresh water, saltwater fish, crab, lobster, prawns, mussels, oysters, all that shit. I love it all. Fucking love it all. I've never had jellied eels though. I've never had jellied eels. I think I would like eel if it was cooked properly, but not jellied eels. Nah, I don't think I'd like it. I don't like that whole jelly texture kind of thing. I'd probably say no on that one. I'm definitely not dealt. If I want fish, I'll go down. I'll go to Knickers down night in the workies on a Friday. Big up to Jim McDonald. Long time no see, bro. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. I've not had shark, but I've had swordfish. Swordfish is like when I had it anyway. It was like it was like fish, but with like a meaty texture, if that makes sense. Like it's almost like a fish steak, I guess you would say. Not as tough as a steak, but like similar-ish. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it was nice. Really nice. I think crab's my favourite though. I love crab. Crab is so nice. Crab is actually better than lobster. Lobster's got like, it's more expensive, but crab's better. Crab is definitely better than lobster, in my opinion. Especially like spider crab. Spider crab is like super sweet. Yeah, tuna is lovely. Yeah, a nice tuna steak. Yeah, I've tried rabbit. Yeah, rabbit's nice. Rabbit is really nice, especially like when it's in like a stew. Really nice, man. Yeah, if I wanted some shark teeth, I take them from Warrington. Oh yeah, I love my food, but I don't cook enough, man. I don't cook enough. I'm too lazy. But when I'm in the mood to cook, I will cook. But I've just got to be in the mood for it. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, Jim. Good to see you here, man. Is there something fucking wrong with you, Del? You'd fucking eat anything. What about roadkill? You tried that? If I was hungry enough, I would. But the only thing I wouldn't eat, if it was alive, I'm not eating it. You know, like these Chinese guys do, like these crazy Chinese cats. They'll fucking eat. They'll eat some shit that's alive. Like I saw some shit on YouTube where it's like some guy was eating like, what was it? I swear it was like a fucking duck, like a baby duck, and it was alive. It's something like that. It's fucking grim. Yeah, if it's alive, no. I even lied there. I've had like live oysters. They're really nice. Like live oysters, they're fucking nice. So I can't even say I wouldn't eat anything alive. Sushi's degenerate. Tastes nice though, man. Tastes nice. Big up to the Fight Scout, by the way. Big up to the Fight Scout. By the way, check out the Fight Scout's channel as well. He's got a channel. Some good stuff on there. Boxing brains. I see so many people say that. Oh, I don't eat seafood. Like, what's wrong with you guys, man? And you subjugate me like I've got something wrong with me, but I eat seafood. You're the guys who are missing out. You're the guys who are heathens. That's one thing I've never eaten is roasted hedgehog by the side of a 1960s double insulated Russian caravan, John Fury style. Can't knock it. Yeah, to be fair, Channel 5 do put on some good main events. They always turn out to be good fights. One of my favourites recently was Alex Dillamangi versus Samir Ziani. That was a great fight. Another fucking heathen right here. Look at this guy. Seafood's disgusting. What is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? Seafood's lovely, man. I wish I lived by the coast, honestly. I wish I lived by the coast. That's all I'd be doing. I wouldn't fucking buy food. I wouldn't buy food. I'll catch my own shit. Lamb, dauphinoise potatoes, roasted parsnip, green beans, my favourite. Sounds good, man. Sounds lovely. Oh, Nordics are part of a seafood gang. Yeah, seafood's one of those things, though. People love it or hate it for some reason. I think there's a stigma with seafood that if you get it wrong, you're going to get sick. Maybe it's that. I don't know, but Tell imagines himself to be a mermaid. Yeah, that was a fucking great fight. And yeah, 10-1 on Ziani was great. In play, yeah. Joshua, yeah, that's a good bet, that is, because you know the more than likely he's going to get the rub of the green, being the home fighter. So yeah, Joshua on decision at 7-2 that's good odds. Yeah, I like Trout as well. Trout's really nice. I bought one of those the other day, like the other week, like a whole trout, like a whole trout, and I cooked it up with some. What did I have with it? Like some new potatoes, like with butter and herb. What was it? Butter and parsley, new potatoes, some trout, some green beans. Lovely, man. Lovely. Yeah, Del's a seafood and neat kind of guy. I'll get my fucking coat. Yeah, trout's good, but we catch them in rivers over here. Yeah, not too many chubby mermaids out there, though. You can't. Yeah, same. And the key is, yeah, if you get like a whole fish, like for cheek meat, well, there's not much of it. It's so nice, like a little bit of meat in the cheek, really nice. I got food poisoning from seafood, traumatized me for life, I guess. It's funny you say that though. Like I had a real bad experience on whiskey, and I've never drunk it since. And that was when I was like 18. I used to like it back then, but I can't touch it now. In all honesty, I would have divorced my vegan wife. My best friend is a vegan. While she's pretty, I would not date her because she's vegan. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know any vegans. I don't know any vegans at all. Thank God. No, there was this vegan though. Like she's my mate's girlfriend's mate, and we went on a night out, and we all crashed around my mate's house. And she's a vegan, yeah, really pretty girl, like petite, small, like really nice looking girl. But we went out on a night out, had some drinks and that, got hammered. We went back to their place, all like slept obviously, and I woke up the next morning, went into the living room, and she was still sleeping. And I swear to God, she fucking stunk. Honestly, she fucking stunk. Like she was she was stunning as well, and that put me off. Like she fucking stunk the next morning. I went in there, and she was asleep. Fuck me. He used to feed your ferrets for guts, and he loved it. Fish guts. The one Latina I met in life is a vegan. Life can be cruel sometimes. Yeah, Del won't date a vegan because it means he can't feed her butter. I like how this meme has stuck now for so long. Yeah, I couldn't be with a vegan long term though. I couldn't be with a vegan long term. No, it's like a weird fusty smell. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm not sure whether she was like farting throughout the night or something like that, and it left like a fusty smell, but it was grim. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I want you bigger. It will please me. Tell with a stick of butter. Oh God. Uh, yeah, yeah. I like how Del emphasised that the vegan he was with was petite and not fat at all. Of course, I've been rumbled. Yeah, she was a fat obese whale. Could have been that. Could have been that. You guys, man. Oh dear. Favorite prospects? I do like Virgil Ortiz, Pavel Silyagin, Gary Antoine Russell. Who else is knocking about? I like Hergovich. There's a few I like. Is she hairy? I didn't fuck her. I just went in the room the next morning because she was sleeping in the living room, and I went to get a drink, and yeah, the room stunk. But she didn't look like the type to be hairy. But yeah, she was a good-looking girl. I didn't know Del was a feeder. Learn something new every day, even at my age. Yeah, Chris Benoit. Yeah, that case was messed up. Yeah, his they done a test on his like his CTE. Like I forgot what it was, but like his brain was that of like an 85-year-old man, Chris Benoit. Like he took that many hits to the head with chairs and that too many, like all those bumps. I've never seen a fat vegan. Have I seen a fat vegan? I don't think I have either, to be honest. Ortiz is going to be a problem, yeah, 147, no doubt. He comes to fight, man. He's good to watch, Virgil Ortiz. And he's got his head screwed on as well. He's not like a gob shy. He doesn't talk shit. You know, just goes in there to do business, do damage. Yeah, I like Hrgovic. I do like Hrgovic. Yeah, Madrimov likes to watch him dance. I do like Madrimov. I do. I don't think he'll make it to the elite though. Yeah, 140 is stacked. Yeah, from top to bottom. Yeah, and it's going to be strong for a few years. My dream fight in like 18 months' time would be Matias versus Russell. That'd be a great fight. I've seen fat people claim to be vegan. Southern fried carrot sticks, I guess. Yeah, Joe Blow. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good, but you know we got to make the best of it. I guess got to make the best of it. A fat vegan's like a homeless Chinese person, so it is. I've never seen a homeless Chinese person. I'll say that much. Not in England. Have you ever seen a vegan dog? Nope. There are owners who do that though. They'll make their dog go vegan. That's cruel as fuck. That's cruel as fuck. No, I've never tried it. I'm not a big fast food guy, to be honest. I'm not a big fast food guy. I'll order like maybe 4 or 5 takeaways in a year, kind of thing. I'm not a big fucking takeaway guy. Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible, man. Forcing a dog to be vegan. I wouldn't even taste it, man. I wouldn't even taste it. Yeah, but I've got other vices that I shouldn't spend money on, so it evens itself out. It evens itself out. Exactly, Gerard. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good the prospects are. Nobody half decent will fight them. Once or twice a year, fuckers gets on my nerves. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to match a lot of these guys. You look at Hrgovic, see what he's going through right now. Can't even get an eliminator for a heavyweight title. Yeah, LSD, yeah, that's it. LSD and weed. I've never tried LSD. Never tried it, in all seriousness. Yeah, that is cruel, though, objectively. Like making a dog go vegan. That's so cruel. It's so cruel. And anybody else, like the hypocrisy in that as well, like having a dog, being a vegan, like then they believe like animals should be like living on their own free will. I don't know, man. I don't understand the vegan movement. I really don't. I don't care, man. Like steaks could be worse for me than cigarettes. I'll still eat steak. Darius Robertson, you don't have a melanin to get on a vegan diet. Yeah, it's dog shit. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I would have won Joe Rogan's Fear Factor. That's a blast. Blast from past. Jesus, fear factor. Cowboy in the sky with diamonds. Yeah, exactly. Why name it after a meat product? And if your diet is so like so great, why do you have to supplement it with vitamins and shit? That proves to me that your diet is shit. If you've got to supplement it with like vitamins, like how many vegans do you know or you've seen like have vitamins as well, because they're not getting the nutrients and minerals from their food. They're basically depriving themselves. But there you go. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. What's happened to Huey Fury? He's fighting Christian Hammer in October, I think. October? Yeah, October. He's fighting Christian Hammer on Sky. Yeah, vegan steak, aka mushroom, yep. And they even try and make it taste like meat, which stands to reason. Like, somebody would have to have tasted meat to make a vegan steak taste like steak, right? So therefore, you're still supplementing somebody who's eaten steak to make that steak taste like steak, see? Steakception. It's ridiculous. Yeah, vegans take more capsules than senior citizens, indeed. Indeed. Yeah, all of those pimples on Huey Fury's back are going to pop one day, I'm afraid he'll be hospitalized. Huey Fury's back is essentially Braille. Fried watermelon. Oh my goodness. I actually quite like watermelon, I can't lie, but just eat it normally like a normal human being. You know, eat it fresh. I do like a bit of watermelon though. See, I can't eat it though, because living on my own, I can't buy a whole watermelon. And when you buy it in chunks, it's not the same as like a whole watermelon. So it's one of those things. Oh, no way, no way, no way. Too much of a size difference, but yeah, we should stick Dell in that I'm a celebrity, getting me out of here. He'd have no worries with the eating challenge. His opponents would be spearing and Dell be grabbing a plate off him because he's ate his. Yeah, how can you fry water? Yeah, I like fresh watermelon. It's really nice. It's so refreshing, watermelon. Like if you've ever eaten like cold watermelon, like fresh cold watermelon on like a hot day, it's so fucking nice. It's really nice. It's an underrated fruit. Underrated as hell. You've made me want to get a watermelon now. I need to get one on my next shop. Watermelon and chill next stream. Rock out with my watermelon out. Can't fucking speak. I'm knackered. That's a very good question, Joe Blow. Who knows? With that alleged eye injury, who knows? I mean, it went from a torn retina. No, what did it go from? A torn retina to a detached retina. So who knows? If it's a detached retina, it's going to be a long time. Yeah, every vegan that eats a tasty vegan burger, oh my god, it tastes like meat. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I honestly believe Dell just eats out of a dumpster on the corner of his street. Can't knock the hustle, I guess. Tough times. I'm not a fussy man, in all honesty. I'll try most things once. I'll try most things once. Well, yeah, exactly. They taste like burnt fucking cardboard. Yeah, that's what I'd imagine they taste like anyway. I don't think I've ever eaten vegan food. I'm pretty certain I haven't. I'm sure I'd remember it. Oh no, I've had vegan chicken Kievs once, and because I bought them by mistake, and they were pretty bad. They were horrible, to be honest. Ostrich steak in Aldi. I've had ostrich. It's quite nice. It is nice. Yeah, basically. Tried a vegan burger. Disgusting trash. That's why Dell likes fat birds. The guy's a cannibal as well. Yeah, vegan food tastes like dog food, which is an insult to dogs. Nah, I'm not in London, bro. I'm not in London. I was born in London, but I'm not. I'm not in London. Yeah, goat is underrated. There was a place around here who used to do a goat curry, and that was really nice. Really, really nice. So again, if it's meat, I'll eat it, man. But I am fussy though with other things. Like when it doesn't come to meat, I am kind of fussy, to be honest. Not fussy, but I'm a lot more picky. I'm a lot more picky. Like I'm really picky with cheese. Like I'll only eat basic cheeses. I don't like mayonnaise on its own. I hate salad. There's a lot I don't like. Oxtail's nice as well. Oxtail's really nice. Really, really nice. There was a Jamaican takeaway around here at one point in time, and they did like a oxtail soup, and it's kind of like a stew almost, but it's so fucking nice. It's really nice. Oh, BG's a picky eater. Don't invite me for dinner. Perry Nesse. Yeah, Morrison's are pretty good when it comes to like meat. Yeah, they are pretty good. Both like fish and meat, they're pretty good. But anyway, guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 12 minutes, which is longer than I expected. So thank you guys for making it enjoyable. If you could smash the like, it would be much appreciated, of course. But I'm going to wrap this one up. I've got tomorrow off, so I'm going to chill for the next couple of hours and then, hit the hay, I guess. But yeah, man, hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.